The display of my final thesis exploration takes place with a modified version of the Watson Auditorium pinup boards. The main modification is the creation of a video display area for the user to be removed from their surroundings to watch and listen to the narrative investigation. In addition to the narrative that will be in the back room, there are supporting display pieces that give background information and big picture details that are to be seen before the video. The intended approach to this project is left to right, with logic being given to the events that will occur and be explained in the video being displayed in the hanged images on the left partitions. To give these drawings prominence and to draw greater attention to these images before the multimedia experience in the next room, the walls have been painted a deep red, allowing for the images to be displayed upon the colored partition. Among the collection of images that are being displayed, individual lights for important images are utilized, with the intention of bringing attention to these images before entering back into the screening room. The box that displays images or models of the final product of this thesis is stationed in the middle of the display area. This is done in order to both introduce and immerse you in the exhibit on the way in and also give you a view of the final result of the collection on something to reflect on as you depart. The screening room is on the right side of the display and goes back deeper than the rest of the collection, allowing for people to be immersed in the video narrative that will be playing on a loop on a monitor. The curtain can be opened manually by the user and entered or exited freely. The room is sized for 2 people to experience the screening together and consists of 1 monitor and 2 mounted speakers on either side of the display. The narrative begins once you enter the room. The walls are dark and blank so that your focus is on the video and no other distractions are taking away from the experience. The following is an excerpt from the final thesis narrative with corresponding animations. People displaced from lost portions of the city see these deserted spaces as an opportunity. In the mere days after the appearance of the cut, the abandoned sites have been combed through for items of value. Some shop owners and businesses hold out, with nowhere else to go, cling to the hope that the economic value of their property will return. These holdouts secure their newly altered properties, and as tourists and transients flood these cut spaces, they adjust their businesses to the new opportunities. These stores are the last remnants of the capitalist and consumer culture that led to the destruction of their city and property, and their practices and priorities do not progress with the world around them. In the months that follow the cut, attention and media coverage dwindles, turning instead to the construction beginning on a hyperloop to the moon, once again revealing the fragility and disparity of the world's free market. As the public's attention shifts away, destitute people turn to the vacant structures along the cut and take shelter within the section. Much of the affected space in Midtown Manhattan is retail or office space, allowing them to reconfigure and claim their own territory in ways that were not possible under typical circumstances in construction. The new inhabitants create their own informal circulation by cutting through built surfaces and barriers and installing stairs or ladders to move through these spaces. Reclamation of this modified urban environment continues to develop, but not without accident. The exposed structures provide significant danger to those exploring it. Structures are made safer by altering the exterior surface of the building through the addition of recycled rebar, short walls of reclaimed brick, file cabinets, desks, and anything else that can physically separate the space. In this process, a new network of materials, people, ideas, and space is realized that is easily accessible with bridge-like pathways that span across the 25-foot cut. Development of the community of the cut continues alongside the further breakdown of the surrounding city. Infrastructure that has been available since the inception of the Manhattan grid can no longer support the needs of the city's inhabitants. Shared garden spaces and green roofs emerge. Stores and markets run by the community are born out of the collection of resources and production of food, creating an informal system of exchange or bartering between inhabitants. Hardware stores, restaurants, thrift stores, barbershops, and miscellaneous retailers run by the residents of the cut form a supportive social network focused on community.